All right, SPY. What we have here is what's considered a piercing pattern. So it gapped down and then closed up really strong. So you can see here on the 15-minute that it opened here and then pretty much went all the way up today. So that's showing some strength. I would have some caution, however, just to see basically if it can clear this high, that'd be fine. If you're taking it long, be very cautious. Momentum is kind of flat. MACD is kind of bearish, but you know, again, the underlying tone is bullish, but that gap down, it did show some strength, and there probably were a ton of orders, quite honestly, because of this one shooting star. And for it to be negated, we need to clear that 196.50, and then it's pretty much broken and it continues to the upside. So caution, but this is a bullish candle type. Steve Nissen uses candlesticks. You can look up his stuff, and it's basically, don't just look at the candlestick, but understand what it's saying. And again, you could look at the 30, seeing it opened up here and then pretty much went up. So we wanted to break above this high, which is another shooting star, and then continue to get to the 196 area that you can see clearly there. QQQ, this one really gave almost like an engulfing pattern. So you could see, let me get to a time frame, that it opened up here, came down, gave you a hammer formation at the 200-day, and pretty much closed up strong. So if it could continue above this high, which is the shooting star, and get above these highs, which is yesterday's highs, it looks back to the races, to the both sides. So that looks good. Russell, again, another piercing pattern, which is more of the gap down and the strength going all the way from the day. So you have the gap down, open, and then just continue to show strength. So if it continues up, it just continues up. So you can't look at one bar and say that this is a reversal, this is a top, or something like that. This one had a gap down as well, gap down, close, and it didn't look that, it didn't continue that bullish type of trend in the intraday. So I would be cautious for the diamond. Okay, let's look at some big names. Apple continued not to really show anything. Priceline is actually showing some nice strength off that 50. So you have an engulfing pattern, and let's see if we can continue to the upside. Tesla, I mean, I think that it just continues higher. For now, the volume needs to pick back up to the upside, but you can see the momentum is definitely in favor of the bulls. Solar City as well, I would see just some type of retracement. It might not give much, but again, if it could break these highs and add some volume here, then it would be a good thing. Some names that we looked at before, Facebook, wow, really, you had a shooting star and it broke it. It broke it very well. So you can't just use just that. You have to say what's the underlying trend, because one bar or one day isn't going to say it. It could lead to caution, where you say, listen, I'm kind of cautious of going long, or maybe if it broke the low of this candle right here, which it didn't, that could reconfirm that. But if it adds some volume here, then it can continue to run. LinkedIn, another engulfing pattern. Let's see if we have some follow through tomorrow. Google looks really strong as well. And if you took it, I guess, on the breakout, you rolled your stop up, then you actually got paid pretty well. So that's a good sign for this name. And it's continuing. I mean, look at this price pattern. It's sloppy down. Then it gave, basically double bottom, if you want to call it that, on the 50, held, and then it's continued to the upside. So again, would I buy right here, right now? No, because I would kind of wait for a retracement, because I look for the dips. Per se. DDD, inside bar, so you can see the break of the high, and you want some continuation to the upside. Twitter, you can see it has an engulfing pattern, but again, it's moving sideways. And let's look at the banking sector quickly. Goldman Sachs is still in the dip. Let's see if the volume is kind of low, kind of have some indecision, so let's see what happens there. Bank of America, is it going to hold this 50? Kind of really sloppy price action if you really look at it. It's just been pretty much between 16 and 15.20 for a long time. So I would want to see some type of movement before I look into anything. Johnson & Johnson actually gave that pullback, and it's nice. So I think you could definitely look at that. Look at the other names. Well, Colgate's not really giving much. That Johnson & Johnson looks really good. SLB, actually, I don't know what the hell happened, because we were looking at it, and it just, I mean, damn, it's 6.5%. I don't know what happened. I wish I had some of it, but I don't. So maybe that continues to the other side. And Monsanto, I don't know, it gapped up. It might be earnings. I don't play those, so be cautious regarding that. ExxonMobil, again, it's just pulling back, but this retracement isn't that deep to say, okay, is it turning over? So maybe if you went short, you got a little bit, but who knows if it's going to pop up tomorrow. So again, if you, one more name, actually two more names. Ford, we were looking at, I was looking at right here, got in maybe and just roll your stop, and it's continued. So strength. And Home Depot, we just want to see that one is trading sideways as well, looking to maybe build some energy back to what side. It's really choppy. I kind of wouldn't trade this, quite honestly. It was just something that came up. So who else? AMP is another one that might look good for tomorrow, so keep that one on your watch list as well. So hopefully this helps. And again, the indexes, one day doesn't make a pullback, and it definitely didn't show that confirmation of the bearish kind of price action intraday. So it's bull side until proven guilty. You know, the bulls got it. So bears, if he's still getting squeezed, then, you know, I don't know how much pain you could take. So take care.